reporter Daniel Blair. What's up, DB?
What's up? How you guys doing?
We're good, man. God, this is
great.
This is weird. This is so weird.
Yeah, it's super weird, man. I'm standing in my garage looking at my kid's bike, planning out the next, week, 5 weeks, 5 months, I guess, trying to. I don't know.
Dude,
I don't know what we're doing, man.
Did you get to Indy at all? Did you turn around or did you not
No. Dude, I lucked out. I was on the way pulling into the airport when I got the call to go back home.
Really?
I was 45 minutes away because Sac's a pretty quick airport. You can get in there quick. I was 45 minutes from being in the air, and then I'd have been like you, right? You made it all the way there and back, right?
Chicago. I got it. JT was there. Yep, JT was there. And I got to Chicago when I landed, and I was like, oh, I guess we got to go. Yeah.
That's I was headed east, and I got the call, so I turned around and went home, and then I've been home just kind of spectating and trying to kind of make sense of everything. And it's, man, I don't know. What do you think?
Well,
I haven't even had a chance to talk to you. What do you think?
Listen, you work for Feld. You're plugged in with Kenneth and everybody else. We all know that. Like, what do you think happens?
Dude, I don't know. And I'm to be clear, I'm like the furthest thing from wherever the information and decisions are being made.
Yeah, I'm kidding, of course.
Back end, I know. I'm on the back end with all you guys too. I've actually kind of taken the stance of not really even reaching out to the bosses, just because I know they're being overwhelmed by more important things than my questions.
Yep.
But I don't know what happens, because all I know, the little I do know about this, is I know state by state decisions are being made. The federal government hasn't yet, so I think we're, I guess, just all in real time, like trying to navigate what happens next, like what happens tomorrow. Every day seems to change, so.
Yeah.
I couldn't even guess what's going to happen. Kyle, I hope we come back. I mean, I hope we find a way to make it work and this thing clears over, not only from a just health perspective for human beings in general, but for the sport too. But I really don't know. It's 24 hours. It's changing every day.
God, wouldn't you? Kellen and I were talking about this. Do you know Kellen at all? Have you met him, Daniel? I don't know.
At one of the press conferences, I think.
Okay. We were talking about this. God, it would be a real shame to not have any more races, and that's a distinct possibility. But give us one more finale, right?
Yeah, dude. We go to the ultimate chase format. Everyone has a shot. Winner take all.
Yeah,
anywhere, wherever they'll let us run, just line them up and let them race one more time. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't know how this looks a month from now, 3 months, whatever. I mean, I just read literally before you called me that the NBA is now looking at 3 months before they start back up.
Yeah, we heard the same thing for baseball and everything. Yeah,
and the problem is like those when those big dogs kind of steer course, I think everything kind of follows. Again, the governments follow. Like one state had to lead the way before the rest jumped in. Then one sport jumped. You know what I mean? They all kind of follow because they're all a little bit worried about, if those guys see something like this, what are we not seeing? So.
Yep.
I don't know. It seems like it's getting worse, and that sucks. Bad, man.
Oh, I know.
Really bad.
But listen, if they do end it, if this is it, 3-point, Tomac took the lead with a late pass in Daytona. I mean, holy crap, right?
I mean, if you would have known the championship was on the line right there, Kenny might have kind of done something different in the last couple laps. But yeah, I don't know. Is that what happens? Do they just end it, and this is just what happens? Is that I had my buddy Dan on my podcast, and he said similar to the AMA rulebook, it says 70% of the races have to be finished. I'll be honest, I've barely ever looked in that rulebook, so I don't even know. Is that legit, or do they just call it? Like, what
none
happened?
of us could find that in the rulebook. Mark's looked, and he's super nerd, so he looked. I mean,
yeah, I searched for like 70.
Right?
I searched for the percentage sign.
Yeah,
70 the number, 70 spelled out. I didn't see anything about that. So
yeah. So I don't know the exact rules, but it would just be weird. I don't know. It'd be unfortunate for everybody, even the winner, because it's like, it doesn't clean up his narrative of a guy that's the best who can't win the title, and now he gets it after 10. Like, it's just it even sucks for him. It sucks for everybody if that's the way it's got to end.
Yeah, absolutely. It's unprecedented, and maybe like JT and Kellen and I were kicking around. Hey, maybe maybe at the end of outdoors they have a race or two, Daniel. I don't know. Contracts are up and all of that, but it's not the craziest idea.
You know what? Things are changing so fast. We're in uncharted territory. Like, who's to say any idea is a bad idea? We've never been through anything like this. So, I think we all collectively as a sport want to finish this championship, of course, but get things back on track whenever that day comes. And I think as long as we're all open-minded, I think we could try to make it happen. I mean, that's the ultimate goal. I think we're all pretty passionate about this thing. So, I don't know. The problem is I think we're just at the mercy of state and federal government. So it's like I don't think we can do anything unless that has to be figured out first, and we're on the back end of that. So, man, anything. Like I want to go racing. I want to get back to work, of course, but at the same time, if this is what it needs to put this thing to bed, then just to stop this thing, then I don't know, man. I'm not a health expert, so I don't know.
We got a tweet that said you were saying on your show that there's an asterisk next to Eli's title if this is indeed this happens.
Yeah, and obviously that's just us being silly and joking about everything. It's what we kind of do over there, but I don't know. I mean, there will be one for the people that don't like him or don't think he's the best guy, and then for the Tomac fans, they'll say no way, and it's just something that'll be argued about forever. Unfortunately, I don't know where I stand on that. I really don't know. It's when that day happens and I can process it that way, then I'll give my own personal opinion. But I think no matter what, that people that are Tomac fans are going to say no way, and the people that are Roxon and Webb fans will say yep.
Yeah,
so
I agree.
Again, it's unfair. Even for him, it's unfair because if he gets it this way, he's going to have to hear that forever, and that sucks for him too. So it's like, I don't know. I guess until we get there, it's hard to really say how we feel about everything because right now it's still so open.
We didn't ask you this yet. What do you think happens, Daniel? What do you think happens? Like, obviously, you got no inside information. Kellen talked about it. I talked about it. JT, what's in your mind do you think happens?
Ask me again tomorrow. It'll probably change. Yesterday, I literally thought like the weekend would clear this out a little bit. We'd get to Monday, and we would all kind of see like a better sign, better trend, better news, and then everything would steer that way, and we'd be, flipping the light on as quick as possible, like everybody,
Mm-hmm.
And then today, everything that I've read all day is going the other direction, worse. So I don't know. Not as optimistic as I was yesterday, but I don't know, man. It's like there's so many different ways. I've read doomsday scenarios, and I've read we'll be back in action here in a month, and it'll be a little blip on the radar. I really don't know, and I usually pride myself on having an opinion, but I really don't know. It's honestly changing every couple hours if you just press refresh on Twitter,
Any word that they actually ended the series because they weren't happy with your pit reporting from the races? Is there any?
That was my first concern.
Right.
And then they said no, that was definitely a concern, but not the concern.
The reason.
So
okay, all right.
Yeah. Luckily, I don't think I was the full deciding factor.
I don't know.
Yeah, dude. Listen, it's crazy. The no fans thing was brought up, and I'm like, that's gonna be weird enough. Never mind canceling everything. Like, that's just one thing after another. So we had Brian Deegan on the phone earlier.
What's up with Deegan?
Well, he says so. You're claiming that you can beat Hayden Deegan. You'll have a better lap time on your 450 than him on his 80, right? 85.
Yes, it would be on Hayes' race bike.
Okay, so
I don't know if they know the details of my program, but that's part of it. I'll be riding a full race bike.
We saw your training program on Instagram, so we know you're serious. We know you're serious. Now Deegan said maybe one lap, but he would prefer it to be a total race time on 4 laps, 5 laps.
What?
That's what Brian Deegan said.
Yeah, scared. It sounds like to me. I mean, obviously a 1 lap sprint. I mean, they're already trying to change the rules, I guess. So what did he say? It has to be 4 laps or so? A full race from gate drop to checkered?
Yeah.
I miss it. Where is this supposed to be happening at? Like Lodi Supercross? Are we going to a Futures?
No.
Okay.
Salt Lake City Futures.
Okay, Salt Lake City
I'm
Futures.
racing Futures on Sunday, and the bet is that I will have a faster lap time than he will on race day.
Okay, all right, I got it.
But that's 1 lap, and see, I did a lot of equations. I know that the vet motos are at a better time of the day, so the track's a little better than when the 85s race. I know it's elevation, which means his little carbed 85 won't run well, and my race 250 will. Trust me, I put a lot of thought in this thing, and I know I got him covered on 1 lap.
Yeah, it
Like
sounds
one
like
lap
it.
is not even a question. No question.
Well,
4 laps? I don't know.
That's kind of what Deegan wanted. He wanted like a 4-lap average. But hey, man, let's hope this happens. That means that the series is racing.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think right now, the best thing we can all do is hope for good news. And again, we're kind of downstream on where all the decisions go down, and just got to hope for the best when it comes to that, And obviously, again, we're in uncharted territory, so there's no real like playbook on how to get out of this thing. I think we're all
yeah.
We're all in real time here trying to figure out and how to process what's happening. And
listen, they took my
just
hockey
hope we'll
away.
Get back at it, man.
They took my hockey away. It's
I don't
gone.
get to see Jim Hawley.
What?
I don't get to see Jim Hawley
Yeah.
until we're back. You know how big of a deal that is to me?
They took Uncle Jim away from you.
They took Uncle Jim from me, man.
Oh God! How's Jimmy handling this? Has anybody checked in with him?
I don't know, man. I don't know when he flies, but I know he's normally earlier than me, so I'm guessing he might have made it there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I should probably text him and see if he's all right. I figured
he's just going to handle. He's just going to handle. Oh, he's a survivor. Jim Hawley's a survivor. There's no doubt about that.
He's walking back. He's fine.
He's going to look on all his rental properties. Will take him a week and a half to get through, probably at some point.
Exactly. Now I don't know what are you going to do? What's your plan? I mean, unless you've already said like you just talking moto every week, or what are you doing?
Next week, Mark's made me take a weekend off. Next Monday, we're off because of Mark's.
Oh, it's Mark's.
Yep.
Okay.
And
you're welcome, by the way.
And then we're gonna come back with 3 in a row, talking about something, and then we'll reevaluate from there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like I mean, obviously everybody's affected by this.
Yeah.
But even from a content standpoint, now you got a lot of people that might not be at work as much or at all.
Yeah.
And they're at home, and like, dude, if the content dries up, we're gonna go mad, dude. I'm already going mad because all the sports are gone. Let alone.
Yeah.
Again, sports content like that I depend on. I mean, I guess NFL free agency went off today, so that's
something.
There's still things going on, I guess, but
no. When I posted to Instagram today about the show coming on and all the guests and everything, there was really cool. I got a lot of people saying thank you for having a show. I need something. Like it was cool. Like I got DMs and everything. So that's awesome that people are like into it. They do want some sort of content.
Comments
again,
on
through this
Facebook
time,
and YouTube too.
What?
Facebook and YouTube comments as well.
Oh yeah.
During the live show.
Which when they're not talking about Kellen.
Oh my God!
They're saying thank you for doing a show. Yes,
right.
yeah. But otherwise, it's Kellen.
Kellen's just a video game legend.
Oh jeez.
Mad Skills champ?
No, he's some sort of MX simulator announcer /
what?
Yeah, dude, it's a big deal. Like
Oh,
he's a big deal. I didn't have any idea.
Don't listen to him, DB. He's inflating it a little bit.
Am I
So
inflating
then
it?
He's not inflating it at all.
Right.
You know about the Forza stuff then, obviously?
I know like a little bit about other esports leagues, but I honestly don't dabble too much into the other stuff, to be honest with you.
But
I was there. Forza is like a car racing.
Yeah.
And I was talking with them last year about maybe doing some commentating for them.
Oh,
and
wow.
it fell through because, like, I guess I don't know the details, but something big happened pretty high up, and the whole program kind of fell apart. But Eli's killing it right now. I think they're doing just fine.
Yeah, they're going to be happy. I'm trying to get Marks and Kellen to get together and sim the Supercross series. Like, Eli has a 3-point lead, 7 rounds left, the whole deal. I need to sim that thing.
Oh, my gosh, that'd be good.
Right.
That'd be good.
So, anyways, Daniel Blair on the show, brought to you by roostmx.net. Absolutely love to have him on. And has anybody at all checked on Stank Dog?
No. Just cold call him. He'll answer. Dude, he won 2 arena crosses this year.
God,
2 of them.
dude.
Somebody said you have to get him on next show.
Oh, I do?
Yeah, he
Because
got
it's show
he got
420.
in shape. He was taking it. Oh, good thing. He was
YouTube.
taking it serious. He got in shape, and by the end, dude, he was winning mains, battling across a checkered flag,
Bro.
winning main events.
Well, last time you were in, we had him on, right? And Dirtbike Mike, he was talking about Dirtbike Mike.
Yep, man. Dude, remember he said he was taking things serious, dude. He is, and then now the whole sport's gone right after.
100%.
He got in shape.
100%. Yeah. You know what? They folded it because they're like, Stank serious. We got to fold this thing.
They did. They said, look, if pigs are flying and hell's frozen over and Stank Dog's taking racing serious, we got to put a stop to the entire world economy.
What's going on with the world, right?
Exactly.
Jack's on line too.
Phone call.
Jack has a solution to finish the series. What's up, Jack? You there?
Yeah, we got I think we got to settle this a really manly way here.
Okay.
I say San Diego to New York, Dakar style.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like a cannonball run.
22 riders in each class, have your 2 classes, and just let them go.
Kellen, who you got? Who you got winning a race across America to determine?
Just between Eli and
no,
Kenny?
22 guys. He said.
AP.
AP.
Yeah, he'll come in. The
I like that
stuff,
pick. Yeah, it's a good pick, Daniel. Right? AP.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I feel like he would be able to handle all the terrains, especially when you get to the east.
And he'll be laughing the whole time in his helmet.
Yep.
Yeah, when everyone else is super depressed that this somehow went through, he'll be smiling still and loving it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Good job,
good
Jack.
pick.
I like that. Thanks, buddy.
All right, thank you guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Felix is on one. Felix, what's up, man?
Hey, what's up, Steve? I'm just wondering your opinion on the Gas team and the MXGP series.
I mean, it's a KTM. Right?
Yeah, I get that, but obviously it's a red KTM, man. It's special.
It's a red KTM. What's so special about it?
And do you think it can run against the Red Bull KTMs, though?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a prank call. Has to be.
I gotta go, Felix. I don't know. What about Rhino working with Coldenhoff though?
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. I don't really know where that connection came
Right,
from.
yeah,
Maybe
where
just
did
at Donations when
Right.
Koldenhoff's crushing everything. Rhino's like, I'm getting on this program or something, but I'm not really sure.
Rhino always picks up the guys that are crushing it and be like, "Look at that technique. That's what I've been teaching. That's my technique I've been teaching." Absolutely. Oh, it's funny. Daniel Blair on the line, BruceMX.net. So yeah, I don't know, Daniel. What are you gonna do though? So what's going on with you? Like how are you gonna make money? What are you doing? What's going on during this downtime?
Grit.
Oh man, luckily I have like 50 things going on at a time, so we'll be all right, I guess, as far as day-to-day activity. I mean, it definitely does shake things up a little bit. Obviously, when you're, I mean, I consider my role to be similar, I guess, to some of the riders maybe that are paid on a per race. You know, I know that there's a lot of riders out there that might just have kind of an open blanket salary, but some are per round, and I'm on that program. So obviously, you know, finances are definitely in limbo, no question. It's. I mean, when 7 races that you're counting on are all of a sudden gone. So there's that. But as far as the day-to-day, obviously I'm still part owner of Eagle Grit. We are, you know, plowing through the winter months into the spring. I don't know how that's going to affect us. We don't really know yet. I mean, at least from what I understand, at least in the last week and a half, it's been completely normal at the workplace. But you never know. That's downwind, I guess, from restaurants, bars, clubs. So maybe our customers are next. And then just, I guess, in all honesty, try to find a way to survive financially, but at the same time, take a positive from it and get to be with my kids a little bit more. They're out of school, mandatory. My wife got laid off too from her job. It was only one night a week at my buddy's brewery, but still, we're kind of all trapped together, I guess you could say. And if you're trying to make a positive out of this, that's one. I've been with my kids the last week more than I've been all year.
Oh, there we go.
So like I said, on the day-to-day, I think we'll be fine. Financially, though, it's going to be a little mucky until answers are out, you know?
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be weird, man. What would you do as a racer? Obviously not when you raced because you wouldn't stay in shape necessarily. This would be great for you back in the day.
Nothing would change.
But if you were actually like, you know, Tomac or Roxon, what do you think they do?
I don't know, because I mean you're even hearing rumblings of the outdoors being affected by this. So it's like, do they prepare for that, not knowing what's going to happen there? Do they stay on Supercross just in case? I mean, I would imagine that Kenny and Eli are just staying the course. They're in a. I mean, if this thing switches back on, there's a championship that they're going to have to fight it out. You know, regardless of how many events or how they do it. If this thing runs, it's not over for them. So I'd imagine that they're staying pretty Supercross heavy.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you Jacob Hayes is obviously at my house right now, and he's still riding Supercross every day that's dry. Maybe lightening up a little bit on the intensity, but I think they're all still putting in their laps. I know guys that I've talked to this week in Southern California they're dealing with weather there, so they're obviously riding out in the hills in Nuevo and all that.
Yeah.
But they're all still grinding away. So I'll bet you some of that like crazy race intensity has gone off, but I'll bet you they're still all doing the same routine. You know what I mean? Almost just like a maintain at least, that don't overdo it, but don't underdo it either, just in case. So I would imagine. I mean, yeah, you have to stay ready, obviously, just in case. But at the same time, you can't treat every day like you're prepping for the weekend. So I again, uncharted territory. I don't know. This is the weirdest thing ever. And hopefully on the back end of this, we're all good. We can look back and it's like a case study.
Yeah.
Like how we got through something so weird. But I would imagine everybody's trying to stay as, the same as they've been. I keep the routine the same if they can.
How's your toilet paper stock?
I'm actually looking at it right now. Moderate amount of toilet paper, but we got these paper towels. They're softer than regular ones, so that's kind of the backup. 12 rolls. I think we're looking good.
Okay, awesome. Yeah.
How you looking? You good? You stocked up?
No, I think we're kind of low. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know, bro. Go to your house. Yeah. It'll be a brawl.
You're bringing the ruckus to that ass.
Did you do any doomsdaying at all? Did you go get water? Food
No,
or
not a thing.
No?
Not a thing. It's ridiculous.
So dude, no way. So check it out. On Thursday, when I was going to the airport, before I went, we went to the grocery store, just the family all together, like our normal run. Got everything, no big deal. And then when I got turned around at the airport, I went straight back to Super Walmart. And let's just say the Balir house is stocked. None of y'all need to know where I live in case shit gets weird, but I can tell you right now, this family's eating for a while. We're stocked.
We're good. Oh, boy.
We're good. We're more than good.
Hey,
Right.
DB, I was wondering, is Vincent just going to lose his mind if your buddy Dylon wins a championship with only 6 rounds completed?
It's hard to lose your mind when it's already gone. He lost his mind a long time ago. So, no, it'll just be another thing to drive him nuts and add it to the list of things that bother him. So, no, he's used to being upset, so it's fine.
All right, the lines are full here. It's not all ideas about racing, but let's get to these people a little bit, man. Maybe Daniel Blair can help us a little bit. Kyle, what's going on, man? Kyle.
It's good to talk to you guys. Anyway, I messaged you, Steve, and also JT, and I know it's a ridiculous, impossible idea that will never happen, but I was messaging you because I was afraid of you losing content or not being able to keep us entertained. And I was very worried that we'd have 6 to 9 months of Chick-fil-A talk. So anyway, I messaged you in regard to the holding Supercross at the test facilities in Temecula. I know it's totally ridiculous.
That's ridiculous and impossible and everything, yeah.
I was thinking from a cartoon standpoint, it'd just be entertaining,
I mean, they're not wide enough. They don't have the facilities. I don't know. I don't know how that would go. I'm not really a fan of that.
I'll tell you what, though.
I'm not either. I
think it would be a good idea, though, to piggyback off of that one. The Motorsport guys also obviously kill it with what they do. Those are very well-edited episodes. But, man, just some raw 10, 15-minute episodes from these teams at the test tracks with their guys on and off the bike would be incredible. I don't know who makes the decisions for these teams, but, man, if Honda popped out with a Roxon Brayton video from 15-minute long, roughly edited, that just put it all together of them hanging out, riding, whatever, I bet everyone would love that. So I wish these teams, again, I know you're obviously going through their own things too, but, man, I would love if they were doing little things like that just to keep us all entertained in the meantime, and I'm sure the riders would be into it too, So.
And listen, Kyle,
Tell Will Hahn.
Yeah.
Tell Will Hahn.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, Kyle, I've told Wygant if he needs that ferry interview, I got it. I can do it. I can reach out. I know I got his number. Not a problem.
I'll get Evan Ferry then too.
Yeah, we'll do a week-long expose with Tim Ferry. It'll be fantastic if you want content.
Well, it's like for once in their lives, it's like there's a captive audience where everybody's definitely hunkering down.
Yeah.
They're not as social as they were. They're not going out. So it's like to provide content actually is probably more valuable now than it's ever been.
Yeah, no, I would agree, man. Thanks for the call.
Sure thing.
Thank you. Jake, what's going on, man? What's happening, Jake?
What's going on, guys? This weekend, I actually went to my first strip club for the first time. And about a year ago, you were going on and on about the mumble rap, just garbage music that's going on in there.
Yes.
And I couldn't help but start thinking about that
when you were getting a lap dance. You were thinking about my rant.
Well, yeah. I was like, I'd already been banging this chick, and she's a stripper, so she invited me out, and I was like, all right, well, I've never really been. So I ended up going, but I'm just thinking the whole time, I'm like, this music, like, I would much rather watch you fucking shake your ass to Poison or
dude,
like PC or Action or something. Like, come on.
Listen, you're preaching to the choir, bro. Bring in Def Leppard, Crew, Van Halen, good old stripper music, stuff that really,
Satellite from Def Leppard.
Dude, I'm telling you, I agree. It's ridiculous what's going on in these strip clubs of America right now.
What about main event band at a strip club?
Yes, absolutely.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm super in.
Yeah.
Goth chicks, goth strippers, I'm super in.
But then, Jake, someone was telling me that the strippers pick the music, and that's what they all listen to now. That's what they like. But it's all auto-tune rap. It's terrible. It's terrible.
I know. So I'm like, I have ass shaking in my face, and I'm thinking about the shitty music. Like, this is horrible.
Thank you. Yeah, dude, listen. Daniel, and you're with me, Daniel. You went to strip clubs with Halen and Def Leppard and everything else. You know, you can't beat a pour some sugar on me and come out to that. You just can't do it.
And then I'm 22.
It's impossible.
This is coming from a 22-year-old.
Right, yeah, you're 22, Jake. So, yeah, exactly. Thank you, buddy. Thanks for the call. You know what?
And then on deck.
What kind of bike you got?
Yeah,
I got an 18 Cowie 250.
All right, we're going to give you something for that because that's awesome that you believe in that, just like I do.
Hell yeah.
I don't know. What can we give you?
Shoot. My front tire is probably more chewed out than yours at the moment.
Oh, boy. All right, we'll give you a tire. Yeah, we'll give you a Michelin Starcross 5 tire, all right?
Hell yeah, thanks, guys.
All right, stay on hold. We'll get your information. There we go. Randy Richardson, I don't even have an authorization to give a front tire away, but that guy's call was so awesome. We're giving a front tire away. It's that easy.
Randy will approve. He'll approve.
Yeah, I would think so, too. If anybody can approve of Van Halen and Def Leppard, it's Randy.
Oh, yeah.
That's right up his alley.
That's probably all that was playing at Day in the Dirt down south this weekend. It was just ripping in the Winnebago.
Probably. I got a call here. It says Mike for Daniel. Mike has an idea to finish the series. And honestly, I don't know if I can handle any more crazy ideas. So
just give him a chance.
Okay, here we go. Mike, what's your idea to finish the series?
I'm going to start off by saying it's not as bad as some of the other ones that I've heard. I've been on hold for like an hour and a half, and I called back.
Okay.
Some of them have been ridiculous. I'll give you that.
Dude, you should see the ones in my Instagram DM. One guy said, have outdoors on a Saturday and Supercross on a Sunday. Like, I can't deal with that. I can't. So anyways, what's your idea?
So, well, first off, I'd like to shout you out for letting CNN have TMZ on for a little while. That's kind of cool.
Why? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Daniel Blair's TMZ News all day long.
Oh,
God.
And you're CNN.
CNN
so, it kind of works
CNN had TMZ on. Okay, I
like
that.
No, Tom Baggett Tom Baggett calls me CNN all the time, so it's great.
So here's my idea. You take Supercross right now and you just pause the season. I know it's unorthodox and kind of not normal, but the situation we're in isn't either.
Right.
So then you let these guys start prepping for outdoors, run their outdoor series, see if MX Sports will work with us a little bit. And I am on board with you canceling Does Nations this year. Like, I do think that will probably need to happen to make things work for everybody else. So you see if MX Sports can kind of squeeze some of those races together to finish up their series a little bit earlier. And then you continue 2020 Supercross season, try to get that done before, so after the Nationals or whatever. Then you would continue 2020 Supercross, try to get it done in somewhat of a timely manner. You have 7 races, so, try to work them in as fast as you can. To then give these guys a little bit of an off season, but they're taking half of their off season now, kind of. And then you move Monster Cup up to January. Monster Cup would be the new A1 for the year.
Yeah. What do you think, Daniel?
I liked a lot of that, except for I mean, I'm just obviously I'm thinking about this while you're saying it. I like all of it except for I would keep Monster Cup where it is and make that the final with your idea.
Yeah, I think I would too.
Actually,
it's not a bad idea.
So the final race of the year would be worth $1 million.
Yeah, and combine it, final round and the Monster Million, all that you do. Eli would have
Yeah, that'd be kind of good.
A lot of money that night.
You know what, Mike? You're right. Mike, it's not that's not the worst idea I've ever heard. So yeah, you're right.
Right. Some of them you guys have had on tonight. So I was like, dude, how have you not picked me instead of these guys yet? I was like, come on, Steve.
Right. All right, no problem. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for calling in.
Yep, mate.
Thank you. Oh, speaking of, Randy Richardson, what's up, buddy? How are you? I don't have authorization to give away a front tire, but I hope I was okay.
Well, you're okay to do that, but it's completely stupid to give the guy. You gave him a front tire.
He just asked for a front tire. That's what he asked for.
I know that. That's when you know that you have the authorization to give him a set of Michelin Starcross 5 tires.
Oh, Randy.
Look, you know that if you give him a front tire, that's not enough to get into a PulpMX
yes, it is.
Starcross 5 ride day. No,
yes, it is. It absolutely is.
It is not. Nope.
Daniel,
not approved.
I'm glad, Daniel, that you said, Daniel, that Randy would be on board with that. So you're absolutely right.
I knew he would. I know Randy well enough to know he's stoked. You didn't go big enough though. Oh, Randy.
Yeah. I don't want that guy. His front tire then would be sticking to the track like glue, and the rear is just bouncing around all over the place. Give him a set of tires.
Can't do that. All right, Michelin Starcross 5.
Front end stick, rear end kick.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Exactly. Good show tonight.
Yeah, it's been good. Yeah, I mean, outside of Kellen Army calling in and talking about guys who got booted from a video game league or something.
I've got Kellen covered. Anytime he wants to do some stand-up Enduro Racer, the game from the 80s.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
The video game.
Right.
I'm covered on that one.
I like that. Randy, bummer about the day in the dirt down there. The authorities came and shut you guys down.
Shut it down. They came right in the middle of a pretty intense beer pong tournament, which maybe wasn't the healthiest thing for people to be doing. I wasn't participating. I was just standing by and cheering others on. But they came in and had a little conversation with I think Randy is the gentleman's name that runs Dade City Motocross and
Randy
some of
Yoho.
the promoters and some of the others and man, it was a bummer because that had such a cool vibe to it. I've always wanted to go to the one on the West Coast, but it's day after Thanksgiving. That's family time for me at home, and so I was super excited to be a part of it. We did get to ride. Everyone got to ride their practice sessions on Friday, and a real cool GP layout with some grass track. We were out on the highway, not a highway, but out on the road, paved road.
Oh,
yeah, heck yeah.
Pastrana Pastrana loved it, I'm sure.
He did, yeah, he did. He was wanting to ride the high rev in 77, so of course I told him, if you saw his post, I told him he had to have a mustache to ride that. You can't ride that with a full beard. So,
that's understandable. Right.
So he did that and rode. It was so funny. He came back and he goes, "Man, this shifter is made for a kid." I'm like, but that's not a factory shifter. You don't get the extended shifter like you had at Suzuki. So he was overwhelmed on the little bitty bike, and then I went and ripped around. We had some fun, and a big time was planned for the next couple of days, and it was again not the promoters. It was the state and local authorities, whoever sent the state authorities in.
I heard Daniel Blair made a call down to Dade City authorities. He wasn't happy.
I was wondering if maybe Beckett Ferry had it canceled, where that someone was going. There were that many people there, everyone's going to eat all the hamburgers.
Yeah, good point. All the cheeseburgers would be gone. Yeah.
And then when he gets back from Texas, all the cheeseburgers are gone. He is not happy.
No.
Right? So maybe that's what it was.
That is an excellent point, Randy. Yeah.
Yeah. It could have been. But it's going to be fun. Next year, looking forward to that. And for me, it was a big doubleheader: the Daytona Vintage Supercross, and then that one's good.
Now, so you beat Jeff Stanton at the Vintage Supercross thing. Daniel, did you hang out there? I don't know if you went there or not, Daniel.
No, I didn't, but I saw that, Randy.
So you beat Jeff Stanton, which is awesome. But I want to know: did you beat him when his shock was on his bike?
Okay. I whole shot Jeff Stanton, and it was a 5-lap race. I was still in front of him on lap 3 when his bike broke.
Oh,
so
okay.
I don't call it that. I don't know about Tomac. If the season doesn't go on, if he has an asterisk, I definitely have an asterisk for my Daytona win.
Right.
Yeah, and the funny thing was, we were laughing about it later, and there was a couple spots where I'm like, frickin' Jeff Stanton is behind. I'm in front of Jeff Stanton.
Right.
And I ran it off into one corner that had a lot of braking bumps, and the 4 inches of travel on the rear of my bike really wasn't quite enough to absorb all that. And so the back end kicked up so high, I told him, we were laughing about it afterwards, I told him that's probably what broke his shock, was how hard I hit those braking bumps.
Exactly right. Yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah.
It was super, super, super cool. Todd DeHoop was he honestly was the star of the show. He said that he had cut weight to get into some of David Bailey's actual riding gear. His kit was just on point for sure, with the open face helmet and everything, and he was fast all weekend for sure. So it was a blast.
That does sound fun, Daniel. I think you should line up next year, Daniel. There, we'll get you a bike.
Yeah, well, baby steps. We'll start with Futures this year at Salt Lake, and then we'll work that in next year for sure.
Yeah.
And Little Deegan's going to wax you, by the way.
Oh.
Do you really think that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
You think in a one-lap race I can't beat a kid on an 85 in a one-lap sprint?
Nah, I'm going to go with no.
Steve?
I'm going to go with no.
Unless the only way, unless you're talking about the Salt Lake City round, the answer is no.
What do you mean?
And Salt Lake City, the elevation. I heard you talking about the elevation and all this stuff.
That's the one.
Oh, it's Salt Lake. Okay. All right. Well, maybe there.
Salt Lake Futures.
Yeah. Well, if it's Salt Lake Futures in past tense, maybe you've got him covered there. Because I had a 4-cylinder rental car there one time, and I didn't think I was going to make it all the way up there to the stadium from the airport. So
you're fine.
But I got a lot of time off from now till then. The training starts tomorrow.
No, I thought it already started.
No, that was planned to get started.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
That's and I'll tell you this, in this I don't know whatever it's a pandemic, epidemic, whatever we're in right now. I'll agree with you, Daniel. Your approach is right with the average American's day to start training or start eating right or start getting healthy. It's tomorrow. That's the best day to do it, right?
For sure. Hey, here's a funny part too. The guys at Polar, they even sent me a watch heart rate monitor deal. Like this is for real, guys.
Yeah.
Like I'm not.
Yeah.
I have a supportive group behind me. Law Tigers.
Yeah.
Law Tigers, Polar, many others that are supporting me. So Randy, I'll remember what you said after Salt Lake.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll remind you. I'll remind you how it went.
And my heart rate monitor was a different brand. So but at the I looked at the moto that Stanton was right on me for those 3 laps. And
what was your heart rate?
I go my max heart rate 190.
Oh jeez.
I'm like a Christian Craig out there or something.
Yeah, 6 times, just all over you.
I don't have that in me. My 53-year-old body can't do that, but it did. So needless to say, it was exciting.
Well, hey Randy, thanks for calling in. Appreciate it. I know you would support Van Halen and Def Leppard and everything else that Jake said he wanted to hear.
And I don't care. Yeah, to me, that's great music, whether it's in the environment you guys were talking about or at a family reunion.
Right.
I love it.
Right. Or say at somebody's 50th birthday party when there's a tribute band.
Oh, yeah. And they're the Van Halen Nation. They're the best. Van Halen Nation is better today than Van Halen ever was with.
All right, we got to go. Thanks, everybody, for calling. Thank you for calling.
Sammy.
All right, thank you. Thanks, Randy.
Sally.
All right, you're breaking up, Randy. Randy Richardson, everybody. Bring down Sammy Hagar.
You were walking right into that, man.
I was. Well, Daniel, thanks for calling in, man. I appreciate it. I don't know when I'll see you next. I don't know what's going to happen.
I don't know either, man. Like I said,
And by the way, Indianapolis Supercross that's now canceled. That was going to be my return to the Race Day Live set.
It was.
Oh, no.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was going to be my moment of glory, Race Day Live with Uncle Jim and Daniel.
Yep.
And canceled.
That's why they canceled.
And that's it.
Somewhere in China, a bat got wind of this, so they're going to shut this down.
Yeah.
The governor of Indiana heard and said, nope.
Yeah, we're done. Yeah, unbelievable. So, RoosterMX.net bringing you Daniel Blair from Main Event Moto, among other things, NBC Sports reporter as well. So, thanks, man. Thanks for coming on, and good luck with everything.
Thanks, bro. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, see you later. That's Daniel Blair, everybody. Pro Filter. Do you know there's a real option?